Welcome back, guys. Brandon here. And today I have, if I can move my windows correctly, um, I have another episode of TCG Card Shop Simulator, The Mouthful, The Reckoning, The Pain. And today, as we do every day, we will start with, let me move that just a little bit. Today we will start with a word from the Word, as my brother Reese would say. Today's verse is Mark chapter 5, verse 34. And he, Jesus, said unto her, Daughter, thy faith had made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague. Let's get this shop opened up. So this is the story of Jesus and, oh, I forgot to do a thing. First things first. Pay bills. We are going to actually, we will come back to Jesus. Don't worry, guys. We will come back to Jesus. We're hiring that stalker. And I forgot to check prices. Oh goodness, I messed up big. Hectic. I was not thinking. It's okay. It's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We're fine, guys. Stop panicking. And $7. Okay. Where is my stalker? Are you my stalker? No. Restock everything. There we go. So he's gonna be slowly working. Thank you for your patience, everyone. I appreciate it. $8. Okay. Whew. All right. There's that, and you means we no longer have to. Oops. All right. So he should start. He should start restocking everything. Why did he... What? You can just go there for now. I'm... Brandon.exe just stopped working for a moment. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Okay. I really just had a very bad brain fart just now. You know what? Let's go back to Jesus. Jesus, I understand. This game I don't understand. Jesus, I understand. Let's do that. So, today's verse comes from, like I said, Mark chapter 5. And in Mark chapter 5, there's a very interesting thing that happened. Where's he going? Mark chapter 5, an interesting thing happens. We meet a guy named Gaius. And he beseeched the Lord. He begged the Lord, Jesus, to come and heal his daughter. Now, Gaius is no ordinary guy. He is a rich guy. Like, he is a wealthy guy. A wealthy to do guy. And he comes to the Lord and he goes, My Lord, I have heard of your abilities in healing the sick. My daughter, she is gravely ill. Would you please come and heal her? And the Lord did say, Will you take $5? You will? Awesome. No, the Lord did not say that. And the Lord said, yeah, let's go. And so they met up with Gaius led him to his daughter, but Jesus was very popular, so he was like, he's out and about, you know, people are following him, and there's this huge crowd that's surrounding him, and so it's slow moving to Gaius's home where his daughter lay ill, and there was much traveling that had to be done, and so when they finally get to the town of wherever Gaius lives, you know, there's this huge crowd there, and Jesus is walking through it. It's just slow going, and you can imagine, you know, imagine if your daughter, like you had a daughter, and she was deathly ill, and there's this person that can heal them, and like they're this super popular guy, and everyone's just crowding around him and keeping you from getting this healer to your daughter. And I bet you just be aggravated as all get out. But Gaius is being patient because that's what the Lord has required of him. This is a great deal, actually. I don't have one of these either. Would you take $80? Excellent, thank you, sir. And ooh, excuse me. That box is empty. Wow, the thing is worth $3,000, and he wants a $2,000 card. I have to decline this because I do not have the thing. Anyways, so I keep trying to tell a Jesus story, and these customers keep bothering me. So on the way there's this woman who has been bleeding. She's had a bleeding disorder for 12 years. And she had heard the healing power of Jesus. And oop, one too many fives. There we go. And she thought that if she could just, she has heard that if, you know, do I do this trade? I only have one. And I don't know when, like, no, I don't like to do trades like that if I only have one. But, she had this, she believed that if she merely would touch the hem of his cloak, just the hem of his cloak, I'm out of those. I wonder if he'll put these on this. Let's see if he does. Oh, he does. Look at that. Neat. I've never used a stalker before. I've always just managed the store myself. Would you take 75 for it? Thanks, dude. She believed, she knew that Jesus could heal. She had the utmost faith that Jesus could heal. But she didn't want to bother him because he's just, you know, surrounded by a bunch of people. She's embarrassed because she's been bleeding. She's been ostracized by, you know, the people because she's been bleeding for 12 years and hasn't died. Game, come on. Game. There we go. And so she kind of, yeah, I'll give you the 275. I won't even haggle with you. She decides that she's going to just touch the hem of his skirt, like just one of the little tassels on the bottom. What is this? 12 great. Oh, stock scanner comes with scanner device designed to. No, I don't want that. Well, I mean, it's a thing we have now. Once we can afford it. So he should go out there and collect those boxes. We may have to do some of this ourselves. But let's bring a couple of these in because he's particularly slow. This guy, he's a big help, but he is slow. So anyway, the woman touches just one of the tassels, just the edge of Jesus' clothing. I'll give you 50 cents, bud. All right. And she immediately feels that she is healed. Immediately. And Jesus stops, dead in his tracks. And he goes, "Who touched me? Who touched me?" Now, this is odd because, you know, he's got Peter. It's like, I think it was Peter and James. Gaius was there. And there's this just huge crowd that's just, everybody's touching him, right? He's surrounded by this huge crowd. And so, it's kind of odd that he would go like, "Who touched me?" And they go, "What do you mean, who touched you? You're surrounded by a huge crowd." He's like, "I felt glory come out of me." And he turned to the woman, who was embarrassed, and looked at her. And she goes, "I did." And then this is where our verse comes in. He said unto her, "Daughter, thy faith had made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague," which means the illness, the thing that has bothered you, no longer bother you. And it was her faith that healed her. Now the thing is, Jesus can do, like God can do wonders for you if you have the faith. But the key word here is can. It's like anything is possible with God, but you got to remember this is possible, not promised. Just because you pray to God doesn't mean it's not insert prayer, receive bacon. All right? That can happen, but it's not a guarantee. It's not a promise. It is a possibility. Now, just because you have a issue and you pray about it doesn't mean he's going to solve it immediately. But he will give you peace about it. There is peace that he can give. He doesn't always answer your prayers the way you want him to. But he will always answer your prayers. But in this case, he answered this woman's plea without her even saying anything. She just had the faith. Now remember, the reason Jesus was doing all these miracles is he had to get people aware of what the new thing was coming. There's this new thing, because they were used to be under the law. You had to obey the law of Moses and the 613 Jewish traditional laws. And they were supposed to do it in faith. But then they encountered legalism, and legalism ruins everything, and we all know this story. So anyways, you have the Savior performing all these miracles so that he can gather this following, so that he can later build his church upon it. Man, look at that worker. The second it hit 9 o'clock, he dropped that box and was just like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm going home." Yeah, I get that. These kids these days, they don't know what true work really is, but I can't really blame them because I only pay them to work till 9. You know what? I will give you the 18 cents that you were asking. Alright, so what do we got here? We're going to put a few boxes down. We're going to set this one off to the side because we'll open that one here in a second. Alright, so we got some empty dice. I want to put one of those in there. those in there. I'm gonna let those guys keep doing their thing because so long as they're playing that game, I'm getting free money. Free money? Free money. So I want to order, stock order. I want one of these. And then I want one of these. Actually, we'll get 2 of these. And then I want 2 of them. This kid. Actually, we're still going to open one of these. We're still going to open one of these. So, stock order, 2 of those boxes. What else do we order? I got enough of those, I think. I got enough of those. All right. Let's make our stock order and put everything on the shelf. I don't want to kick those guys out. I want them to pay me that money. But the longer they're here... There we go. So they've played for about 2 hours. Cool. Alright, so let's take this up. And let's open some cards. What do we got? A 3-cent card. Alright. Next one. Show me some money. That's not very cash money. Come on, baby. We be gambling. Let's go gambling. Bros, I don't got a good feeling about this. Well. Oh, there we go. That's a shiny. I'll take a shiny. Alright. So we'll put that back on the shelf. So all that's paid. Alright. End of day report. Next day. Alright, so let's check our prices. We're still below. We're still below. Still below. We can drop that down to 15. And we're still below. Cool. Do I add... Do I add a new thing to sell? Not this episode. Not this episode. So now I just gotta wait for my boy to get here to start doing his job. Those ladies came in here and directly started playing. I probably should get another card table to let people play on. We'll think about it. Anyways. Enough distractions. Oh wow, that's a lot. That's a big distraction. So Jesus heals the woman, and it was because of her faith. And Jesus makes a point about this. It's, if you have faith in him, in his ability, in his divinity, in his authority to do these things, he will make things happen for you. Now, it may not be exactly the way you think, or happen the way you want, but these things will happen. So, as we continue on, they are walking through, the city. He tells her, go about thy business. And lo and behold, I think it was a Pharisee or a Sadducee. I can't remember which. But someone comes running up to Caiaphas and tells him, Caiaphas, your daughter is dead. She is no longer with us. I'll give you 37 cents. And um, so obviously Gaius is distraught with this news. His daughter, who he wanted to heal, is dead. I am not paying you above market rate, so because of this, I will offer you 190 out of the kindness of my heart. I'm gonna hit you with one come on. So, come on. Alright, that works. Anyway, so Gaius is naturally distraught because, his daughter's dead. And he did all this work to go to Jesus to get her healed, and he's right at the finish line. He's on his way to his house, and come to find out she's dead. So Jesus looked at the crowd. He looked at James, Peter, and Gaius. Pretty sure it was James. Let me grab my Bible real quick. I'm going to take a Bible break. I want you to hear that thud as I drop my Bible on the thing. I'm going to have to check in post and make sure that that's not too loud. Alright. Book of St. Mark. When he had spake, there came a ruler from the synagogue's house certain, which said, Thy daughter is dead, why troublest thou the master any further? As soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, he saith unto the ruler of the synagogue, Be not afraid, only believe. And he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter and James and John, the brother of James. And so, the three amigos, plus Jesus, plus Gaius, all ran into Gaius' house. And here's how we know that Gaius was like a wealthy guy. There were people who were wailing and moaning. Now, back in ye olden times, you could hire professional mourners who would wail and moan and let everybody know that, someone important has died here. And so they have these people outside of Gaius' home. These people are not cheap. I mean, you're hiring professionals. I would hope they're not cheap. But, anyways, Jesus looks at these professional mourners and is like, why are you doing all this? Like, she's fine. She's just sleeping. And they all scoff at him, and he shoos them away. And then goes upstairs, and there's, like, the wife and some other women, and I think it was the wife's friends, and they, mock Jesus and scoff him, and he tells them off and makes everyone leave except for Gaius and his wife. And, of course, the three amigos, who Jesus trusts implicitly. And, excuse me. He then sat next to the girl, and Bible moment. Hold on. What does this guy want? What do you want? I do have this card, but you want me to give a less value. You want to give me a less valuable card for this more valuable card? No. That is not how this works, sir. Junior, do you need help getting those things stocked up? So let's see. What did he say exactly? Luckily, I remember. I don't remember the exact page number, but I remember the chapter. $28 is your change. Okay. Let's see. There we go. He had taken the father and the mother of the damsel, the little girl that died. And by the way, Gaius' daughter is 12. So, The woman has been suffering from 12 years of bleeding that would not stop. And this girl was born 12 years ago. Coincidence? I think not. And he ushered everyone out of the room except for the three amigos, Gaius, and his wife.
Incoming transmission.
Oh no, my phone. And he took the damsel by the hand and said unto her, Talitha Kumi, which is Aramaic for, my child, wake up. Or, damsel, I say unto thee, arise. Which is basically, little child, wake up. Little girl, wake up. And she immediately sprung up to her feet and began to walk around, as if nothing had happened. She just woke up from a very deep nap. And everyone was shocked, and Jesus looked at them and said immediately, go get her food and water, because she is hungry. And, of course, she be hungry. Okay, so you're going to do the dice. I guess I'll do these. Because I don't like having empty shelves. I thought you would be better at this, but maybe I was wrong. Anyways, this goes to show that Christ not only takes care of our emotional and spiritual needs, but also our physical ones on occasion. And he can take care of them in a multitude of ways. Ugh. Oh, that indigestion's getting me. I'll give you 105. Perfect. The brain fart is real. Sorry, I woke up from a nap just a little bit ago, and I was like, I gotta record a video. And so I went reading through my Bible to try and find something for today's verse, and oh my goodness, look at all this stuff he's buying. Junior's gonna earn his keep today. We're keeping him busy. I am going to have to order a stock. Yeah, okay. Stock order. Give me like that. And we have those. We have those. We do not have those. Give me like 2 of those. I'd like to end at like $4,000 today. But if I keep having to buy inventory, that's going to be really hard. But yeah, long story short, Jesus got your back, bro. It may not seem like it, but have a little bit of faith and you will see he's got your back. He is there. He does care about you. Don't believe the naysayers. And that goes there. Sorry, Junior, I got this. Oh, Junior's over there stocking shelves anyways. I'm doing my best trying not to cough right now because I ate a little food just a minute ago and that indigestion is eating me up right now. Oof. Okay. But this is a really good story on timing. Now you got to realize, this little 12-year-old girl had lived a good life up until, we'll say, recently. She recently got sick, and it was a deathly illness. And God healed her. But let's look at the other daughter. The woman who had been suffering with bleeding for over a decade. For 12 years she suffered. So remember, when you pray to Jesus and you ask something of him, and you're asking him in good faith, knowing that he has the authority and the ability to do what you ask. He may. Whoa. Okay, this is something interesting. So this is a certified card. This is. I'll be dang. Look at that. Would you take 60? I like nice round numbers. Would you take 60? Okay, so this is actually. We're gonna pause for a second. There we go. I want graded. Here we go. Graded cards. So, you can send cards off to be graded. And how you would do this is not like this, but like this. You go over to here, to TCG grading, and you would submit up to 8 cards and select how long. It's like how quickly do you care about these cards getting graded and whatnot. And it will come back and tell you how good it is. And the gooder it is, the more it's worth. That's why this one card, so like we can actually look at this real quick. Graded card. So this is a grade 7. It goes from a scale of 1 to 10. Pygmy full art. Now I'm pretty sure I have one. I have a Pygmy full art. I want it by default. I do not actually. Wow, I do not have a Pygmy full art. But we'll check it here in just a second. Because I think I know a way to actually bring it up. Yes, ma'am. Madam. Madam, why do you do this to me? This card is... We would be making a great deal on this card. We could make hundreds of dollars on this card if we were selling cards individually. Do I buy it? Do I do? The Dungaroo. I tell you what, we'll take a shot in the dark. I'll give you $1,000 for it. Well, I'll be. I didn't expect that to work, but by golly, it worked. And now I feel slightly embarrassed. But you know what? It's alright. So let's make sure our shelves are stocked. And we're done. Let's replenish our shelves. So, wait a second. Okay. Stock order, accessories. One of them. And one of them. And then I need... Really? Wow, Junior. Actually, you know what? We'll open this. While we open it, I will explain. Ooh, we got a shiny. God does answer your prayers, and he always answers every prayer when given in faith, and he answers them one of 3 ways. It's either in the affirmative, it's either in the affirmative, it's either in the negative, or the secret third option that most people don't realize and don't like, if they do realize it. Ooh. Ooh. Pretty. Is the not yet or wait. Because no one likes waiting. Especially in, today's society where instant gratification is, above all. Ooh, pretty. I like the sparkles. Okay. So, do two of those boxes. And then we'll grab one of them. We are not ending the day at above $4,000, especially after, oh wait, wrong shelf. There we go. I looked at that wrong, my bad. Especially after buying that $1,000 card. Maybe I should get back into selling individual cards, especially if they're high dollar. Like, we just sell our highest dollar cards. But I don't want to min-max that, because here's the thing about that. Let's say I do have, like, right here in the middle, just a display for individual cards, right? When the NPCs walk in, let's say I have just one card on it. They have 10 slots on that table, and they're going to go around to each one of the 10 slots. And they'll get disappointed if they don't see something on one of those slots. And that leads to dissatisfied customers. And if a customer doesn't see a thing it wants too many times, it just leaves. So instead of tempting fate by, having the odd chance that somebody, especially at my level, I don't know if people are going to have like a random $1,000 to spend on a card. So it may not be worth doing right now. But we'll go ahead and end the day so we can see our stats and how horrible they are because I bought a $1,000 card and a lot of inventory. If I didn't buy that inventory today, we would have been a profit. My goodness. But anyways, that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys for joining me. God be with you. Remember to say your prayers. They are important, and He does hear you. Read your Bible. And as always, toodles.